Episode 6, How to Make Discipline Automatic. What if discipline didn't feel like a daily battle? What if you could program it, like setting a reminder, and watch your habits run on autopilot? Sounds impossible, right? Well, not only is it possible, it's how the world's most disciplined people actually do it. And today, you're going to learn how. Let's stop making discipline hard. Let's make it automatic. The truth about discipline. Here's a truth nobody talks about. Most people fail at discipline not because they're lazy, but because they're relying on the wrong system. We imagine discipline like this motivational beast you wake up and summon every morning, but that's not how real change works. The most disciplined people in the world, they don't feel disciplined. They feel free because their actions are automatic. It's not magic, it's mechanics. Let's dive into the engine room of daily behavior, habits. To understand this better, let's take a closer look at one of the most universal habits we all follow without thinking and what it can teach us. Brushing your teeth. Let's break it down. You don't negotiate with yourself about brushing your teeth. You don't weigh pros and cons. You don't say, should I do it today? Or maybe tomorrow. You just do it. Why? Because the decision fatigue has been removed. The behavior is automatic, locked in by years of repetition, cues, and rewards. You don't do it because you're passionate about dental hygiene. You do it because it's just what happens after you wake up. The cue is built into your routine. The behavior is frictionless. So if something as mundane as brushing your teeth can become second nature, what else can? That's where the real fun begins, with habit stacking. Habit stacking, the art of seamless change. If discipline is a muscle, habit stacking is a gym where you train it effortlessly. It's a psychological technique where you anchor a new habit to something you already do consistently. Instead of trying to force new habits from scratch, you piggyback them onto existing ones. This way, you're not fighting to remember. Your brain naturally flows from one action to the next. Let me show you how this plays out in everyday life, and how a few clever habit stacks can completely reshape your routines. Journaling with your morning drink. Say you're already in the habit of making coffee or tea every morning. That's your anchor, your reliable cue. Now imagine this. While your drink is brewing, you grab a notebook and write down 3 things. One thing you're grateful for, 1 goal for the day, and 1 thing you're letting go of. By the time your cup is ready, your mindset is too. You stacked a powerful mental habit onto a simple sensory one, and it's almost effortless. Meditation after brushing teeth. Host. Another classic, brushing your teeth. You already do it every day, twice a day. What if, right after that, you sit down for 5 minutes of breathing or silence? No app, no timer, just pause. Close your eyes. Let your mind settle. Because the cue is automatic, the follow-up habit becomes easier to insert. Within a week or 2, you'll start to feel something's missing if you skip it. You'll notice the pattern here. We're not trying to build a 20-step morning routine from scratch. We're creating momentum by leveraging what already works. That's what makes these habits stick. But even the best habits can be derailed by one sneaky enemy, your environment. Your environment is programming you. If habits are software, your environment is the operating system. It runs quietly in the background, but it determines everything. If your phone is the first thing you touch in the morning, it's not a willpower issue. It's because it was within arm's reach. Let's walk through a few real-life tweaks that completely transform behavior without needing more discipline. The snack sabotage. I had a phase where I kept eating chips at night. Every single night, I kept telling myself, just have more control. But guess what worked better than willpower? I stopped buying them. Or, if they were in the house, I'd keep them in a bin in the garage, far enough that I'd have to really want them to go get them. Most nights, I didn't. Workout readiness. If you want to work out in the morning, don't just hope you'll be motivated. Prepare like it's a scheduled meeting with your future self. Set out your clothes, fill your water bottle, place your shoes by the door. The more steps you remove between you and action, the easier it becomes to follow through. And if we want to make this really bulletproof, we need to zoom in one layer deeper into the actual science of how habits form. It's time to talk about the loop. Cue routine reward. Every habit follows a loop. Cue routine reward. Understand this, and you can reprogram almost any behavior. Cue, the trigger, a sound, time of day, emotion, or smell. Routine, the action, the habit itself. Reward, the payoff, a feeling, sensation, or outcome. Let's break that down with a relatable scenario you've probably experienced. Evening reading habit. You want to start reading every night. But every night, Netflix wins. So how do we shift that? Cue, you brush your teeth and light a bedside lamp. Routine, you pick up a book and read 10 pages. Reward, a cup of herbal tea. Calm, peace, no blue light buzzing in your brain. Stacked, cued, and rewarded. That's how you lock in the loop. From chaos to control, a personal story. I'll be honest, I used to fail at discipline all the time. Start strong, burn out, repeat. I'd stay motivated for a week, then crash. Sound familiar? What changed wasn't some magical mindset shift. It was automation. I stacked tiny habits onto existing routines. I redesigned my environment. I removed friction. Now, journaling feels as automatic as checking my phone. Morning workouts aren't heroic. They're just what happens. Your action plan. Let's make this real. Here's your 3-step challenge for today. 1. Choose one habit you want to build. 2. Find an existing habit you can stack it onto. 3. Remove one friction point from your environment. That's it. Don't build a fortress. Build a domino and watch the chain reaction begin. If this episode gave you that aha moment, do me a favor. Hit like, subscribe, and comment below. What's one habit you're going to automate starting today? Next episode, we're going deeper. Because even with automation, you'll hit roadblocks. The question is, what do you do when your systems break? When does life throw chaos your way? We're talking about resilience, recovery, and discipline under pressure.